place here on this conversation.
Yeah, we
This
are.
conversation could go on 5. This is what Greg was saying. Look, I think first off, the Bitcoin community should never have pushed out that they were going to try and compete with MasterCard and Visa. It's just
Right.
not real. Now, on that, if you are going to say you're going to compete with fiat, the thing you need to understand is that, yes, Visa and MasterCard do many tens of thousands of transactions a minute. None of them settle for 180 days. If Bitcoin does, I can't remember the blockchain rate, but if Bitcoin does 5 transactions an hour, 100% of those close. Okay? They're done. So the comparison between how many transactions Visa and MasterCard do versus Bitcoin is irrelevant. How many of them actually close, we're done, there is no reopening this transaction. So for me, so that's one issue. People will use credit cards and debit cards because the financial system gives the consumer a lot of latitude. Okay, they get to pay late. You get to pay late. You get extension on those terms, and you get to call in refunds and chargeback disputes.
Right.
Rights you do not have in the real world. So I don't think Bitcoin in the next 5 years should ever even be considered being used for small transactions. However, enterprise, like MicroStrategy, like Gary Cardone, I bought Node 40 with $3.5 million of digital assets, crypto, BTC and Ethereum, to be frank, the day of the Celsius meltdown, okay? And this is really, really important. Even you guys who are naysayers, just listen to the use case here, okay? I'm not a technology guy. I hate the whole API keys. You know, you throw too much at me, I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want to call the bank. 2:30 on a Saturday afternoon, June 2022, I moved $3.5 million from 5 financial institutions to New York to Node 40. Took me less than 15 minutes to do all 5 transactions. The receiver, Perry Wooden, get him on his show, he'll tell you, all shows up within 2 minutes. We're completely done, okay? $12, and that wasn't so important to me. I would have paid $1,200, quite frankly. That doesn't bother me paying the fees. What bothers me is having a secretary call me up and ask me if it's me, and hey, can we do this wire? I'm driving down the road at 100 miles an hour, and she's saying, hey, is the sort code this? Like, that's not security, okay?
Yeah.
And had I tried to do that transaction on a Saturday afternoon or a bank holiday, and any of that money would have been outside the United States, one, the transactions wouldn't have happened. Assuming they do open the transactions on a Saturday and allow me to do it, they will never do it. CBDCs aren't going to function on a Saturday, Sunday, and a bank holiday, so that's going to die. If I would have wire transferred those funds, they would have showed up to Perry on Wednesday. They showed up Perry 2 minutes after 2:32, man.
That's powerful.
Okay, that is a powerful use case, okay? So I see that as a use case where between me and Goldman, we can transfer crypto.
Right.
Whether it's tokens, stable coins, whatever. Now, what did my guy do? Immediately, he moves it into stable coins. Boom. He's in cash instantly on a Saturday. Now, until people do that, okay? Now, let me give you the other scenario. I sent $250 to my sister who's 76. She still hasn't figured out how to open it. Literally on her telephone, okay? And that's the problem with Bitcoin.
Right.
Okay? And maybe Lightning fixes this, but until my sister can do the $250 transaction and she doesn't have to be a whiz kid, she's not terrified.
Yeah.
And like, we're not helping ourselves with the FTX self. Like, we are all to blame for this, okay? Like, it's not just on Gary Gensler's back to fix it. You knew when you were investing, you were being a pig, right?
Yeah.
You knew it.
We're all a pig back then.
We're all a pig, okay? We're supporting scammy things
Yes.
until we stop. And that means, you know what? That is a bad protocol, okay? That is a bad. So now where I'm at, everything's a bad protocol unless it has a finite amount of coins that can be produced, and it has a thesis by which it operates under. And until then, I'm just going to stay away from all the other opportunities. If I'm late, I'll get in late, and I won't make as big of a return. I didn't buy Bitcoin at $300. I didn't buy it at $1,000. And I think at $25,000 today or $26,000, risk reward, it's a better trade today than it was when it was 300. We have much more clarity.
Yeah.
Much more clarity on what's going on.
Love it.